Bosch sander and for repair. This is the GEX150AC. Not much left of this badge, nor that one. She's well used. Don't know the year of this one. Not sounding healthy. Very tight, very rough. Sounds like bearings inside. Well, that's a telltale sign anyway. It's very rough. Now these are actually a decent wee sander. A good 6-inch velcro sander. Probably one of the best out there for the money and the longevity. And there's the problem. Bearing's gone, and she's very stiff. Get this all stripped down. We'll change the bearings, and that should get this working again. They just pop out, and brushes are totally worn away anyway. They're due to be changed. Nothing left of them. Pop them out. We'll change them as well. Even the lead's gone on them. Whatever happened there. Main thing in these sanders is always the lead, the occasional switch, rarely the controller, or else the brushes or the bearings. Not much else goes wrong with them, apart from the obvious velcro base wearing out. Everything else is looking good, apart from that. To test a new bearing in that to see if it melted. That bearing's gone, and this bearing's gone. Now, this armature is actually threaded onto this here counterweight that also acts as a fan. Hold the counterweight and twist the armature. That comes straight out. Gotta get this out. When I get the actual shaft for that counterweight pressed out of the bearing. That's aluminium housing with the bad bearing, air deflector. This is your counterweight. It also has the fan for the dust extraction built into it. The last thing is this bearing. That's not too good. You can also change that. bit of heat to make it easier. Get underneath the steel plate, just prise it up. The heat makes it nice and simple. Clean that out. Change this bearing. Change that in a wee minute. Lastly, take out this bearing, the actual problem bearing. It's totally seized tight. That's the main problem. Now we'll just get this cleaned out and get it put back together. Right, that's it cleaned out. The first thing we want to know is that this bearing destroyed the housing. 607 bearing. Drop that in. If it drops in freely, the housing's too slack. That one's not going on. So it's a tight enough fit for it not to drop in. The housing should be fine. So we'll get away with that. This one, I'll have to press out on the bearing press. Now, when you're pressing these out as well, make sure you use the right packer when pressing them out. Don't use anything too small because you'll damage the thread inside of here. Damage that thread, you'll not be able to screw on your base. Same as this one. Don't damage the threads in here because there's only aluminium. You'll very easily damage the threads. That will not be cheap to replace. Now you can buy this bearing on its own. You can go by the dimensions and go onto a bearing site and see if you can find this exact one. Bosch themselves don't actually sell it. To buy this bearing, you have to buy the whole counterweight and spindle. To buy that all together to get this bearing. So either you go out and find it yourself online by the measurements, or you can just use two 6001 bearings. Two standard bearings sat on top of each other. Mix up the same thing. This is just a double race bearing. Two single race ones give you the same thing. So we'll use this instead of this. Press these back on. I'm going to use a bearing press for this as well. Just press them on one at a time and you're good to go. Just help this slide on. We're going to heat this up again. Just till you feel the heat. This one is a 6002. Again, she's a bit tight. Out of heat. It's just these two large screws with a big shoulder on them that help hold the bearing in. That's going on there. This Now is to press onto that bearing. So back to the bearing press and press this one on. And that's her. Now the center spindle is actually off center. So when this is spinning around, the actual disc is getting thrown around. So that's why this is actually counterweighted. It's actually heavier this side to make up for the imbalance this side. So if you run this machine without the base, it's going to have a very, very bad vibration. You have to have the base on for this to run freely without any vibrations. Otherwise this counterweight will be imbalancing the machine without the base. Now after that, we'll go for the armature. Don't forget this little washer on the bottom. We'll replace this. That is dry. So the downsides have been on a sander. The dust can eventually dry out the grease. So this one's a 607. In other words, don't press this on fully. Just press it till she's flush with the top of the armature. Now, that would be her on, just in case. Make sure this housing, because it does look melted up here, a wee bit of plastic there, look. Make sure she's not slack. It's tight going on, but she's not tight inside. So this housing is melted a wee bit at the top. But one good thing about it is the size of this plastic housing. Very narrow bearing, very wide piece of plastic. You can feel that's tight as she initially goes on. It should hold fine there. So what you can do is press this bearing down further, so it's actually sitting down more on the housing and less up on this here worn part. You'll get a second life out of this without having to replace the housing. So now, put this on a little bit deeper, and this goes together. No more play. Bearing's now sitting tight in the body. So pressing that bearing on a wee bit further will actually keep this running without having to do an expensive repair of replacing the whole plastic housing. Don't forget this metal washer as well as you're putting it back together. Just give it a wee snug. Doesn't have to be overly tight, because this will self-tighten anyway once this is running. As you can see, that's her set in position. She can't move up or down. Bottom bearing screwed into place, it's holding it all together. Brushes for this machine, if you're looking for them, that's the part number there. We have plenty in stock as well. Dead easy to change. Tail goes on first. Push the brush on. Push it against the side of the plastic and push it down. Couldn't be easier. 2 wee screws hold both brush holders down. Couldn't be easier than that. the top done. Make sure your wee grommets in place. Screw that down. This is just a bottom air deflector tunnel to create a box for the actual dust to be thrown out. These 3 wee silver screws hold this on. Lastly, reinstall this wee rubber sleeve. Just presses on. All this is doing is giving a seal onto the velcro base, so it actually sucks the dust up into the machine and out through the dust port. Otherwise we'd lose suction and not take away as much dust. So that's all it is. It's just a lip that touches here. It creates a wee bit of suction to take the dust out. Nothing more than that. That should be it. One Bosch GEX150AC 240 volt 6-inch velcro sander or random orbital sander, fixed up and running again with just 4 new bearings and a set of brushes. What'll be wrong with that? Beats buying a new machine, and it keeps this boy running for another, what, 5 or 10 years? Spot on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope that was helpful for somebody. If you like the content, these tool repairs and tool videos, give us a wee like and a follow. Cheers.